carry on talking, and when I looked at you physically, so many of you were smiling, and you were engaging, moving your bodies forward into telling people, eye contact, using your hands, not wanting to stop even though I said stop. And so in a classroom, would I say, continue? Yes, I would. Because you know why? Because people are really excited and engaged. And I've been year-wigging. Some pretty amazing things that you have learned recently. Sir, would you like to share with the whole group an amazing learning experience?
Mine was that I was watching a program on drawing with my nephew, who's about 4, and they were talking about how drawing helps you remember things. And I thought back to my time at university where I didn't take notes and just doodle all the time. And I used to look at the doodles to remind myself what the lessons were about, and that struck a chord, really.
Absolutely brilliant. What subject do you teach?
IT.
IT. Do you ever have a doodle day in IT?
No.
Right, okay. I advocate that all schools should have at least one doodle day or a doodle week where literally kids just doodle for learning. Because it is a proven fact that your mind will remember things visually, like patterns, like the lessons that you're being taught with singing and with piano. Okay? The mind is a vessel to visualise things. That's why by doing and by looking we will remember more than just by listening. Okay? That's why I cannot bear to think that you would be sat in a seat for this session because it would drive me bananas. Okay? And to get you to move around and to discuss things and do things together is really absolutely crucial. That is fantastic. Why is doodling, chewing gum and playing with a koosh ball essential for some kids in classrooms?
They can't concentrate.
Yeah, okay. No, do you know what it is? Because their brains are working 100 times faster than other kids. And so they have to multitask. That's why they're fidgeting all the time. So whatever you do you know, it's actually okay for somebody to doodle because they're listening at the same time and they can do an activity, go away, do the task, come back, do the doodling, maybe even map out the learning through doodling. And what you said was actually quite magical. There are apps on iPads where you can doodle, yeah? But you know, sometimes just the feel and the texture of the pen and seeing it actually come on the paper is quite amazing. Can I advocate, please, that you have doodle pads in your classrooms if you don't already do, and blue tack? And I'm a lover of chewing gum, okay? What you do in your schools is fine, but we used to do miraculous things with chewing gum in our school. Koosh balls, stress balls, anything. You will have children in your classrooms who will need to be included and differentiated by the fact that their brain is wired, chemically engaged differently to others, and so they will need that, as some students will need quiet time. They will need to be on their own for thinking. Okay? So sometimes, you know, knowing the student and understanding how they tick is far more important than understanding their test scores. You know, really get into the heart. Feed the heart to feed the mind. Your brilliant story about the music lessons.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Our fantastic music teacher has set up something called the Grade 1-a-thon, where the children teach the children, the children teach the staff up to Grade 1 in a musical instrument. So
I think that's just amazing.
Yeah, so we've been learning, started with the piano, going on to singing, and she's persuaded me to buy a ukulele at the weekend.
Ah, excellent. Okay. For somebody who's done literally 16 years of the effect of music on the brain, literally sound waves make brain waves, whether or not you are listening to music or whether or not you are playing music or whether or not you're engaged in music. And that's why, as an introduction today, that was one of the pieces that I would advocate using for, say, first thing in the morning. You know, I don't do mornings. I need about 4 cups of tea. You will have children that will come into school who will be very lethargic and their brains need to be boosted. You need to fire the neurons, the left and right side, so that they are ready and engaged for learning, so that they are motivated and that you dare to be different. And after lunch, when they're high as kites, okay, in one of the chapters in my book, which is a little book of music for the classroom, it advocates about using music for relaxation and calm. And one of my absolute most favourite pieces is Gabriel's Oboe. It is just amazing. If you get a chance to have a look on Amazon, I'm not advocating that you buy it at all, okay? But if you get a chance to have a look, and also there are articles on independent thinking, then you can really, really engage children, differentiate and inclusion through music in mind. I'm just going to finish off with a couple of things. Please stay where you are. This was a slide about, I can make these slides available to you, by the way, okay? I'll send you these through. If you want to leave your name on the way out, if you've got Dropbox, I'll send them all to you. There's some activities there as well, but there's some actual tips for quality street learning tips about engaging and including children, okay? Because you know in a tin of chocolates, you've got some dodgy ones, haven't you? Flipping heck, what's with the strawberries and the orange? Oh my God, the smell just makes me sick. Who likes the strawberries and the orange? Oh, I bow to you. Do you love the really long toffee ones then? See? This is why we're all different. This is why we need to be fed different things to get us excited. Keep your strawberries, keep your orange. They're minging. Absolutely minging. But the toffees are long, very sophisticated, aren't they? Okay? So quality street learning is absolutely great. The kids love it as well. But for me, it's about 4E learning. Engagement, excitement, energy and efficiency. Okay? Get those 4 things right. Get the children thinking about those things as well. Empowering our learners. Think about what they need. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? What do they want? What do they need? That's what you do as teachers. Feed the heart to feed the brain. Or the mind, yeah, whatever you want. I want you to make things happen. Because tomorrow when you go into school, I want you to do something really, really different. I want you to either dress up differently or take an object in, something that gets them curious and gets them engaged immediately before they come in the door. Before they come in the door. What if you let them come in the door and you're not there? Okay? Think about a strategy that will get them engaged. Or you leave a message. Help. Help. And just maybe somehow see what happens. Or help. ... and begin a text, and then it stops, and the pen runs down the board. Could be in maths, okay? Could be in science, especially in science. There maybe is also some possibly colours running down the board, okay? Think about engaging them in different ways. Okay, together to make a difference. I love this one, I love it. This is what we don't want, isn't it? This is what we definitely don't want. But it happens. It happens. You know, we're so accountable to blinking exam results, standards, and you know, you're the ground force workers. You know, you're the real people. You're the real people who make a difference. And yes, leadership and management, they do as well, but in a different sense. Please, will you never ever lose your passion for what you do, because you change children's lives. You change young children's lives to big ones up here, okay? And I'm 48 and I'm still 5'1", and maybe one day I will grow up a little bit. But you are very special people. Anybody who's a teacher has the just most amazing talent, okay? Because you're what I call an emotional, real human being. Not that other people aren't real human beings, but you know what I mean? You're more than a curriculum leader. You just are very special people. And sometimes you need to go home and you need to be thankful for the fact that you are changing people's lives. And you will be knackered on a Friday, won't you? You say, thank God for that, where's the bottle of wine? But you do make a difference and you will make a difference. But if you dare to be different and slightly outrageous occasionally, like the lady with the rap, okay? Those kids will always remember that lesson. What have you done that's outrageous in the classroom?
Did a handstand.
Oh my God, that is brilliant. Do you still teach that class?
No.
But I bet some of them would say to you, do you remember that day when you did the handstand? I'll never forget that. You know, things like that, really outrageous things, okay? They do engage and they do motivate children. For me, I did it model is crucial, okay? About innovative differentiation. Not just different. It's a terrible word, isn't it? It's the word. Differentiation is horrible. It's huge. It's the thing we dread, okay? And it's not just about what all of the children can do, what some of the children can do, and what most of the children can do, because that's what we were taught, teacher training, isn't it, when we were planning lessons. You know, it's about this. Okay? It's about enrichment. It's about the continuous circle of change. It's about curiosity, which is real and relevant. And for me, this guy, okay, so different, so different. Okay, banned from everybody. Okay, because he couldn't sing, but he had the most amazing talent because his feet could do brilliant things. Always try and find a child's invisible stamp. My granddad, who's 95, said to me, "See, Nina, when you were born, obviously you were going to be a teacher. Your mother, she was a nurse. Me, I'm a poet. It's just something that's in us. And teachers, they've just got to find that invisible stamp." And I thought, how philosophical is that? And if we can actually ignite passion, talent, and find the giftedness of all children, we're halfway there to actually revealing the invisible stamp. That's my personal email address. That's why I'm on Twitter. I work for Independent Thinking. I have my own company. I love to teach. Every week I go into a school voluntary, any school, and I go in and try and make a difference because I want to learn from the kids. And I can't do what I do, which is stand up and speak and engage with wonderful people like you, unless I'm still doing stuff on the ground force. If you'd like the presentation, drop me a line. I'll send it to you via Dropbox. It's been a pleasure and it's been a privilege. Where 3/4 of an hour gone, I absolutely don't know. Thank you.